You. I normally open all my streams by saying you, but in this case, it fits. Just going to quickly edit the audio for a video I made yesterday, but have not had time to actually put together until recently. So, bear with me. It's another map analysis video. So... now, as I understand, pretty much the only thing that would be useful for tweaking this AI further is probably going to be changing the attacks up a little bit. So, I quite actually was able to use Q, or fix Q, so that's cool. So I'm now going to plug that in here myself. We're going to do Q for Zergling, Larva, Global. And I guess we'll put it underneath the worker queues for obvious reasons. 8 and 12. Oh, I just realized we actually can just call this immediately, can't we? Yeah, this simplifies our threads quite a bit. Because we don't actually need the multi-runs anymore because we're not using the train command. Oh, this was 1, so we'll do it up here. Oh, actually, I guess that's not true. So that reminds me, there's something else that I wanted to do, which is basically like green jump 13 at least, way to, we'll say double 3 blank. We'll say at least. So if they have like at least 1.5 of the requirement, in this case, or thereabouts, they're not going to chain, or I guess it should be half, right? If they have at least half of the... I don't know. That's a tricky one. Alright, we'll do a different system. So if they have the minimum for train Muta 1, if they've got 2 Mutalisks, then they'll just jump. They won't do anything. Although, we should get a more complicated system for this. No, that's right. That makes sense. Because this train Muta 1 block could, in theory, be called multiple times, depending on number of hatcheries. So we want to make sure that, like, maybe we could do like a resource check that panics out of it, as opposed to a unit count check. Because what I'm worried about is AI is floating a ton of money, then they get requests for like 15 or I guess it would be like 38 or was it 28, 35 mutas, because like they call train muta 3 5 times or something crazy. So maybe we don't actually need that anyway, though. Maybe this is silly. So what I was thinking is that we would have some sort of escape mechanism, so the script would just not pass the Q command if they had so many. So I'll keep the current system where we have this multi-threaded, in case I want to add some sort of thing like that does a check to see what they have. The problem that I'm seeing is, because these systems can be called multiple times, unless we institute a like a system like this where it'd be like deaths 13, at least 3. I don't even know, like, this is such a retarded amount of math that you'd have to do, but it's like at least 3 H Marine blank, deaths 13, add 1 H Marine blank, and then add this. And so the idea is that if you've already called train muta 3 once, twice, third time, if you call it a fourth time after that, it just panics and leaves. Like, there's like an upper limit to how much you can do. But that seems really, like, unnecessary. So that's what I'm gonna go for right now. I'm gonna say that's unnecessary. But we'll see. I might be proven wrong. Oh, no, that's fine. Well, I'm pretty sure target expansion is melee only command, Iquare. But I'm not sure about eval harass. I haven't used either of them anyway. Alright, now I just need your latest queue changes, and I can actually test to see if this works. Oh, that reminds me, I should also reinstitute the queue changes here. Nice. So I'm not sure if I can use the latest changes that you made to queue without requiring that I update everything from the other version of A's that you've been working with. I'm okay with doing that. I'm just wary of other bugs showing up, you know what I mean? So I'm hopeful that no other issues crop up. It's really awesome that we have a working queue command, though, for training military units. I'm very happy about that. I like the idea that they could put a single hatchery up there. That's so dumb. Maybe I should do that, just for the fuck of it. Hello, SC Action Soft. Why? Why would you say that? What a man. Oh, that's right. I was in the middle of... I got completely lost. I was supposed to be editing something. That. No, not really. I have never bothered with it. I will enjoy watching my computer struggle to perform basic tasks for no reason. Dude, Nave is a weirdo with his command names. Instead of like stop campaign or start melee, it's unstart campaign. The goofiest. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. In order for the map to... Okay, just wanted to make sure audio is good there. Time to get this uploaded. Oh yeah, I also have a mod stream that I've been sitting on for a while. Which reminds me, I guess I should take a a new stream thumbnail for this one. They're using Jason in YouTube. You fuckers. What's up, Kaitu Hacks? I saw you join the Discord server for like 5 seconds and then bailed. Or at least I think you bailed. Ripcord doesn't tell me you, the inaccurate display of users. I don't keep track of anything related to Remastered, but I would say, I mean, SI is on my server, the guy who made, what's it called? SEM Draft. He's also on Star Edit. I don't think there's been any issues. Let me take a look. Well, I don't even see anybody posting about the any issues in the thread. Usually, whenever there's a problem, people like start spamming that thread. So, let me see if I can find some more information for you. Yeah, the last post was in the 10th, so things seem to be fine. Yeah, that channel is, it's a closed community, so you have to pass this channel by posting your info so I can approve you. That's the only thing that is. That's all. So, feel like coming in, you fill out that small form. Should take you like a minute and a half, and you're good. But if you just thanks SEM Draft, your website is great. On this site, you can see it looks like the latest build was uploaded on the 12th. So yeah, should be good. But yeah, the SEM Draft should be working. Unless it just broke like in the last 24 hours or something, it should be functioning fine. Oh, SEM Draft. You functioning program. I think I have everything that I need for this guy. Yeah. Real question is, should he grab anything else? I guess I can throw in a base over here. Otherwise, the frauds need to be kissed. I gotta give them their upgrades. I actually did give them their forge upgrades, but nothing else. They don't really even get... Oh no, they do add Reavers. We'll grab shuttle speed first. Alright, so that's done. Let's get some idle orders down here. Oh, that reminds me, I also have to... I mean, I've got to mess around with his defenses in a second anyway, but I have to add Alderas for the fraud player. So he's there. I think that means every player has heroes besides the Terrans. The Rawkins, specifically. Though I don't know what the fuck they would even be. Alright, I need to prank myself. So that's done. This shit. Oh, what's up, Terran Dominion? I vaguely remember you posting on Started a while ago. Yeah, the at least I think it's the same person. But welcome. I actually am going to be updating Stormborn. I was updating Stormborn earlier this month. Stormborn itself is one of those things that because I wrote the AI now, like almost half a year ago, I think. It's getting there anyway. Time flew by. I needed to figure out how to make Zerg AI work properly. So I've already gotten an AI update that levels up the playing field in general. All the AI are better, including your allies. But I haven't fixed all the problems with the Zerg AI yet. However, in this map, I was able to make... this isn't a Nemesis map, this is completely unrelated. But I was able to make some advancements in Zerg AI. And so we're not quite to the level of competence that I would like them to be at, but we're getting closer. And that very exciting reality is means that basically I can update Stormborn probably later this month. The plan was to update it early on, but like I said, we had some trouble in the most recent passive updates. I do believe I should be able to fix up the Zerg AI, get them all working properly, and ideally, you know, after some testing or whatever and balancing, it should be later on this month that we get that updated. As for Nemesis Omega, I actually do have a version of that map, or I have the map of it already done in... I don't think there's any custom tiles yet, but I have the map already, like I remade the map, or I expanded out the map to 256 by 256, and I have some AI already done for the 3 players, and I was in the middle of working on the Zerg AI when there was some issues that we had to resolve. So in theory, I should be able to actually come in and into this map and continue working on it, and basically whenever. So I still have to rediscover some elements of it. I still got to figure out what's going on and maybe update the layout and stuff like that, really take another look at it. But I've already expanded the map out as far as map size goes, and been I did spend some time last year editing it, getting it up to snuff. So in theory, it should be simple enough. But I don't know about that one. I don't know 100% exactly how that's going to work out. So no real ETA on that one. It would make sense for me to go work on that map after, like, as far as the next Nemesis map I work on, it would make sense to work on Omega, but I may also, like, have a... I may personally want to work on some other map, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, there's your update. So I think this is all set. Oh yeah, I was in the middle of doing idle orders. That's why I was over here. see. Should be standard fare, man. Oh, I need to do it. Whoa, Veek, you can't say that to me. I mean, you can. I'm just not going to go bother translating. What's up? Alright, so what do I want to... yeah, not yet. I'm actually going to be doing that after I finish this fraud AI. I didn't know if you were going to be on until later or what. What do I actually want them to mind control? I think the hero mind controlling other heroes makes sense, so we can do that. Say it. Hydralisk. Okay, so that's done. Delete these. Melee AI breaks half of the shit that I would want to do, so it's not very useful criticism on his part. Now maybe I could, you know, criticism could be levied at the idea that we haven't already engineered those commands to work with campaign AI. Sure. But I'm mostly going to, like, I don't even really use Attack 2 that much in Stormborn. Obviously, in the early game, I do. I don't think that target expansion is that, or any of those other ones are worthwhile anyway. Like, the problem with Stormborn's attacks are that they never get commenced properly, and then AI takes units from the attack list and sends them back homo. So half the attack force eventually attacks you. If you're lucky, half of the attack force eventually attacks you. So, like, that's the problem. Not really how they prepare them. It's the fact that they don't work properly. There's a bug in the code is the problem. You got pranked by your enter key. But yeah, we've already talked about various attack systems we could use, right? Like, no, that's not it. No, that's not it either. I might have thrown it in the wrong... Yeah, right here. Oh. No, this isn't it either. What the fuck? Oh, yeah, here it is. So my idea, like, this was my idea anyway, was the idea that you would have a set of variables and you would apply percentages to each one, and those variables would represent styles or certain preferences on the AI's behalf. And so you'd have gradations of what they like and what they don't like. That would be more like an actual personality. What are you talking about? I don't even... What ID are you even referencing? Oh boy. Let's see where I can find my shit. I'm so glad that there's no fucking highlighting for Rust. That's great. Too lazy to change account. Okay, Camille Furio. I don't know who you are, but welcome. Wave emoji. Let's see if it works. Well, not all of these seem to be related to what you were telling me to remove, Iquare, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, we're basically using deaths in place of variables because of how dumb the game is. That's basically what we're doing, so. Okay. An AI that mostly uses Dark Archons for mind controlling and shit would be pretty interesting, I think. Endlessly voiding. That's what I like to see. Cool, so that's done. Let's open up the MPQ editor. Delete A's log because it's almost half a gig. Open up the AI editor. All right.
I literally just compiled, so what do you think? This is why I don't bother with this stupid-ass list. It's never accurate, man. I always have to go back and write the order name or order ID. Why? Why was that necessary? Oh. Python control support broke for some reason. I've never seen that bug before. Wow, it broke for the whole thing. I'm gonna have to restart it. Actually impressive. What the fuck? Yeah, it works in every other program, but holding control does not work here. Wow. I don't even know how to fix that. If restarting the program doesn't help. Guess I'll have to close all Python programs? Well, it's better for certain things than train. For one, it's significantly more customizable. Oh, hold on. I've got to move all these buildings over. Okay, cool. We didn't block off anything important. Why would you advise against using global queue? I mean, I guess it makes more sense to use local queue for that sort of thing, for what I'm doing anyway. I didn't really think about it. But the problem is with morphing Archons or Guardians, won't it need to be global because Mutalisks don't belong to towns? I mean, they probably belong to the main, I guess. Alright, so... I mean, if I don't notice them actually morphing Guardians, then I will consider replacing this with a train command instead of the Q stuff. But... also, why would you use global for worker requests? Well... will they be assigned if they're built at another town is my concern. I was using local before, and it was working for Zerg, but not for Terran. Maybe that was the issue all along for the expansion ones. I could see that being a problem. Oh, well, you said... yeah, but you said something about it, them being global. Global Q... should not be used for workers. Not sure about guards and militaries. Okay. I misread that. Alright. Oh. Pranked myself again. Welcome back. We're about to test to see how our AI does with our various changes. Well, that was quick. Looks like it's a panic about the something about the queue change. Those are the dairies, or the Hydrodenon Jerries. So what am I missing here? Well, we always could have. The problem was that the we couldn't queue military without them becoming guards. They work okay now. Allegedly. I can't test it because of the panic. So I'm hoping Icor knows what's up and he's fixing it. Oh, okay, cool. No, it doesn't wait for previous buildings. There's going to be a command that we make at some point that's going to clear the queue, which you would call after, like, attack clear, presumably, in the attack thread, which will resolve any issues of, like, they'll continue building the unit that they're already training, but they'll cancel all the units that are backed up in the queue. But we don't have that right now. It's probably going to be super important, though. You gave me another A's Panic. I don't know what the fuck this is. But this is presumably also a Q thing. Oh, really, Icor? I didn't know that. I thought that the AI would also be able to queue like up to 5 Marines at once in one structure. That's surprising. All right. It's so weird only now finally doing this because I was a big proponent of this command back in like 2018 when it was being developed. I was like, yeah, this is going to be big. Only now can I use it. It's pretty funny. Oh, that's funny. This was clearly supposed to be train 3. I just never did that. Well, we already have the ability to do what you're describing. That's what that's the worker thread that I'm using now that DF came up with. You just check the current count using local jump. I mean, yes, making it a single command would be more convenient, but... 1 sec. And we're back. Well, I've been back, but... See how many broken functions we incur immediately. They sure are not spending a lot of money. Well, Get Old Peons is working again, so that's exciting. They can't build their other hatchery because there's a burrowed unit in the way. Why? Why did they stop working, man? They were working fine. That particular function of the unit mover was working fine. And on top of it, it's like they don't even just move to another section or anything. What a disaster. Alright, let's see what we get. Well, it looks like they're queuing up military units, but they're not adding them to the attack force. Which is odd. As you can see, they have got a large number of units here. But they won't... No idea, dude. I've got nothing done for them. But as you can see, they've got a bunch of units sitting at home doing nothing, thanks to Q. But they're not actually attacking with them. Yeah. So the same thing seems to be happening over here. They are not working. They refuse to be added to attacks. So you did not fix that particular function of them. At least in this build that you sent me. Oh, they won't be used for defense either, it seems. Yeah, they're stuck on guard mode, dude. Hold on one second. I'll be right back again. Well, my queued everything was not added to attacks, so... As you saw. Man, we're so close. We're so close to getting them to work. They were actually training units, guys. They just didn't use them for attacks, but they were doing it. They were so close. Anyway, we'll test the change that Icor just sent over, which is supposed to help with burrowed units. Nope. They just completely ignored the spot. That's pretty epic. That made it worse. I mean, I can test it with Protoss units on my map as well, but I'm pretty sure it's all fucked over. Seems to be the same behavior, but I'll wait until the next attack happens. See what happens. How does that even happen? What the fuck? 1, 2, 3. Well, I should probably That's one of those things where I'm not actually sure if this reaches down here. I guess I can check. Yeah, not quite, so it's okay. Let me actually do the base layouts now, and we'll figure the rest out after that. Oh yeah, I forgot. Thanks for reminding me. I'll do it after the base layouts. Have you made any changes to it since you sent it to me the other day? One, two, three, six. Um... Let me fix that for you. Shadow for the Valkyrie seems fucked. Was it always like that? I don't think so. Something happened there. Actually, the shadow for all units seems fucked. Did you edit any PCX files in this mod? You got some fucked up shadows. Oh. So what exactly do you want me to review? Wow, that's so weird that you got destroyed by shadows. Yeah. Okay. So this looks like a basic medic. No changes. Well, first of all, I would say the tooltip is way too wordy. What you should just say is UED shields aren't as strong as Protoss shields but regenerate faster. Or UED shields regenerate faster than Protoss shields. You don't need to say they're not as strong because we can tell that just by clicking on the unit. So... yeah, the extra damage is pretty fucking considerable. Also, the death effect is, well, let's just say it's fucked up. I don't know what was bombing me earlier. Some tanks, I guess. Yeah. The Marines? Oh. Pretty sure the iScript for this needs to be modified or something. I had the same problem when I used it for a Mapcrap entry, but I didn't edit it. I don't know what's what is supposed to happen with that. I would consult the iScript of that Field Command 2 mod. So what changed about these? They're now dealing explosive damage? I mean, this is a huge downgrade from what Valkyries used to be. Although their splash still seems to be pretty high. Yeah, that's... well, their splash is way too high. They're very sluggish. And, You can't have them both have a high-ass fuck splash radius and also deal a crazy single target. You simultaneously downgraded their mobility and significantly improved their ability to deal damage, which is going to make them pretty annoying units. But the mobility change is really what annoys me the most because of the fact that you also have this change for shields, which in theory would mean that you would want to take skirmishes and then pull back. Also, nice purple. I wonder if that's a default Valkyrie issue. You see the purple bits? That's supposed to be team color. Anyway. Yeah, that's a concern for me. You have some weird shit going on with the Valkyrie is supposed to be taking fights and then pulling back so that they can benefit from the shield change, but simultaneously you gimped their ability to move back and forth. Yeah, mobility. You used to be able to patrol micro them to fire off their salvo and then pull back immediately. Can't seem to do that anymore. I guess I could have just been fucking it up, but I'm pretty sure you can't. Yeah. I would reinstate the 3x3 or change it to 2x2 or something through GPTP. Because 3x3 is pretty random. Or I would just make it so that you're firing off all of the salvos while on the move or something. What's up, Wook? Oh yeah, so you just moved the 3x3 onto this. Well, you obviously know I'm not a fan of that. A distinct lack of, well, for one, the attack speed on this is abhorrent. But for another, it's, I don't know, would it even be useful? I guess it deals normal damage, which is pretty psychotic. Drain medic and mana very quickly. Just remember, when you're adding this randomness shit, you're putting way too much variance in it for a competitive game. You end up having pretty much no... There's very little guarantee that I'm actually going to be doing damage at all. So, the Vulture looks like it's even worse than the default Vulture when it comes to just 1v1ing, and it doesn't have Spider Mines anymore. Like, actually shooting off its load here. The problem is, like, you either have to make the splash radius absurd, which seems to be what you did here, or you have to make it so that the, that's the only way you could basically guarantee some damage. And that's obviously not great. Why do they have different anti-air and anti-ground? Yeah, I'm not quite sure why you separated the attack if it's going to be the same attack anyway. 40, by the way. When in actuality, it does nothing of the sort. Player expectation is going to change pretty massively. As soon as you see stuff like that, there's going to be a problem, more or less. These look like they're not changed. Weren't you going to change fire bats in some way? Doesn't look like they've been changed. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the units seem like they're broken. They're definitely way too strong, especially for how much money you're actually spending on them. Rocket launcher might not be, but the fact that it's so fast means that you're buying basically what you're paying for is a tank that costs 1 extra supply, but has more survivability, more mobility. Like, durability and mobility combined to give it way more survivability than a siege tank. Can attack air units, and doesn't need to siege to deploy into siege mode in order to deal AoE. So despite the fact that it's unpredictable because of the 3x3, it's still pretty fucking powerful. You would be able to mass this and basically win every single engagement, I think. Its range is pretty considerable. So yeah, you'd be able to destroy fleets of carriers with this. I mean, look how fucking far that is. Yeah, there's nothing that this unit wouldn't be able to annihilate if you built enough of it. So... yeah, I ported a lot of the Outlive units, Janchevik. But there's pretty much, like... this unit... a more microable tank, huh? Yeah, this is... I guess there is a lot of micro happening over here. I really don't know what you did to the palette, by the way, but you really fucked up the shadows. Like, I'm not seeing a reason to get any other unit, you know what I mean? Like... my enemies are static. Yeah, but I was A-moving into them. Like, they're responding. It's not like they're running back. I'm static too. I'm just statically A-moving, and I'm annihilating them all. Holy shit. Bye. Yeah, but 12 siege tanks would have to walk up and siege and get vision. And wouldn't be able to unsiege if the gap was closed. So, that's, like, come on. You know this is fucked up. Like, you can't not know. Like, I'll turn off Black Sheep Wall this time, so I won't have any range or vision advantages. I don't think I need them, though, as you can see. Like, this... it seems like... I mean, clearly you didn't even test this map yourself, because you didn't even know it wasn't... I had to go into the editor and add a computer player, so you obviously didn't test this. So I can't even say, like, did you even test it? I already know the answer. But, like, seriously. I mean, this unit in particular is pretty exemplary of the issues. Where it's, like, super brain dead and I'm doing nothing. Like, there's not really any other unit in the game that can take an engagement like what I just took and come out on top. I destroyed an army of mutas and wraiths and a giant army of bio in pretty much with no skill, like with 3 or 4 clicks. So Yeah, well, I mean, you haven't sent me anything that I can say besides, like, super obvious stuff, so that's what I'm saying, is, like, the Dragoon has a random, more powerful, and higher range anti-air attack, and I'm not sure why that's like that. This rocket launcher unit is beyond busted. The Vulture is Feast or Famine, and has way less skill display due to the absence of spider mines. Valkyrie's lost its limited mobility and the micro-heavy trick that you can do to get more utility out of the unit, while simultaneously becoming a catch-all answer to any anti-air because it deals explosive damage front-loaded and has a wide AoE, so it's absurd in terms of dealing with mutas still, but also destroys battlecruisers and the like, and can regenerate shields very quickly. So, like, you've given way too many advantages, full stop, to the units. How do I add skill expression to it? Why don't you look at the units that you've made and see where you removed skill expression from the unit that you were tweaking the base concept of? Like, you tweaked the Dragoon, you tweaked the Siege Tank, I guess, for this thing, the Vulture for that, the Valkyrie for that. You really got to analyze this stuff. I can't spell it all out for you. Not only do I not have the time, it's really not a terribly interesting thing to do. I think these things seem to move faster than Dragoons as well, but I can't tell. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the graphics spazzing out in its walk cycle. It's making me think that. Yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing, is, like, everything that I just said is common sense stuff that you look at and see when you play around with the unit. So, like, what it feels like to me is you got to this point without playtesting with the units, is what it feels like. Now, maybe that's not the case, but if you got to this place while playtesting the units, and you still thought it was, okay, I'm ready to send this to somebody else to look at, I'm kind of at a loss for words about that one. It feels like you could have done more without that much more of a time investment into editing them before sending it to me. You know what I mean? Like, you first sent me this in a text document in a completely unfinished manner, where there was no consideration for my time, where I'm spending time looking at your shit and trying to figure out like what it needs to happen there. Like, I couldn't even understand half of what you had written because of a variety of issues, mostly just absence of information, being too vague, right? And we went over that. Now, this time you send me an actual playable demo, which is a step up from that, but you didn't play it yourself, so I don't really know where to go from this. No, I mean, if you want my help, you got to do most of the work has to be done by you, right? We can all agree on that, because otherwise I would be making your project. But at the same time, like, you gotta figure that stuff out, man. Because that's what unit testing is creating engagements and then taking them, and you doing spawn 12 rocket launcher and then attacking with that. That's what that is. That's what unit testing actually is figuring that out. Oh, nice overlords. Why isn't spawn working anymore? Oh, I think it was supposed to be spawn marine 24. Yeah. But that's what unit testing is. Like, what you're asking me to do is not just give you feedback. I now have to also do the unit testing myself because you haven't done it. I mean, I would have to do some unit testing anyway to get my bearings and figure out what you're doing. Like, what's going on there, but... I think the combination of normal damage and fast fire rate, fast unit mobility, high durability... low cost compared to what you're getting, like low cost to value. Like this is a nice example of a lot of different attributes for one thing. Yeah, well, you did waste my time though because you didn't fucking do the unit testing yourself. You did testing in one small environment. You got to do your own unit testing, man. I'm not even upset about that. I'm sort of upset that I've got my time wasted. But I'm glad I could tell you that, like, give you some sort of insight anyway. Like, that's why I fucking did it, because I want you to have a better situation. Like, I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't want that, so... Well, if you were testing it and you still disagree that it's overpowered, then I can't help you anymore with that particular unit. I would need to actually sit down and deconstruct just every single paradigm by which you judge RTS units and gameplay to explain this at this point. And that is wasting my time as far as I'm concerned. So... no, Chalks. I'm doing my Modstream right now. And I gotta work today. What the fuck? Oh. I don't know if that's a bug with Notepad or what, but every time I'm waiting for autocomplete to work when I type like a capital letter, and for some reason it just doesn't. Now, I think we can use the same setup for upgrades from the other one. It doesn't really make any sense to change that. It seems pretty functional. However, in this particular case, we'll probably do a much wider weight. Did I hunt No Towns jump Hydralisk? to father and ultras. Okay. So for this, I guess we'll do like, well, how we doing, DF? All right. This is a very strange album, man. We're gonna go ahead and say no. So Ikeware was able to update Q recently, DF, and when he did that, workers correctly used get old peons. Obviously in the small situations that I tested. So that's cool. And we almost have them working for units as well. He's going to be updating the command at some point, hopefully today, so that I can do some more testing. Let's say 15... 6, 10... Well, no, it was working before, then I used Q, and then the workers that were generated with Q were not being used by Get Old Peons. So, when he fixed it so that they were assigned the proper worker AI, it started working like it had been before. So it's not like the entire command is fixed in all cases, because there's probably going to be a lot of cases where it doesn't work at all. But it now works in cases where it was working before we used the Q build loop for workers. It's now working the same way that it was, in those same contexts. Which is pretty nice. I'm actually really interested in what this increase in functionality will mean. Oh, I think I decided against doing a minimum. I must have, because I didn't bother placing anything over there, so we'll do that. Yeah, he hasn't made the other change that you were suggesting a while ago. Oh yeah, and I gotta get the... Zero. The alternative that DF suggested yesterday was basically if the AI receives the Q command and they have enough money to satisfy it, they immediately add it to their queue. No questions asked. However, I don't think DF knew, because I didn't know this until today, I don't think DF knew that the AI don't actually have a build queue the same way, like if you queue up 5 workers in your command center, the AI doesn't have that. They just have one at a time, and they immediately start building more. Well, not so immediately sometimes. According to iQuare, that the AI does not have a training queue the same way that players have it. Which I guess makes sense when you think about it, but was still bizarre, because I never knew that. So, that might play around with the expectation there. But basically the idea would be that it would just immediately add it to the list of training requests, And I guess at that point, those units would be first come, first serve, as opposed to being a priority. So they would all have the same priority as each other. But at that point, I don't see what the distinction is. You clearly observe AI queuing a zealot on a gateway. Would you notice their money going down or something? How do you observe that they're queuing it? What's up, Connor? And you're sure it's not being spent anywhere else? See, this is what I thought too, but when iCore says something, I usually just take it for granted because he's looked at the code and I haven't. Oh, excuse me. It's 23. 4 that was 40. Anyway, let me go over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know. I would bring that information to iCore anyway, especially if you can get it like reproducible on a test map or something. Remove gas references. Wow, how useful. Man, I might as well just copy the whole fucking thing over at this point. All right. I agree about that one, Iquare. That's one of the good things about me learning. I'm probably going to mostly focus on assembly, but we'll see what happens. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I woke up really late today. Like 2 hours late. So it started spinning faster when I fell asleep, I think. Seems to be what happened. What I'm doing? No, what you're doing. So we got... All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, Not yet, unfortunately. The orders get swapped all the time in action, unfortunately. Yeah. Exactly. What a tiring process. Alright, so we know that these are all... Sunkens. So 13. I mean, this is the last, like, town thread I have to write, so progress is going well. Alright, we're good on that front. Just about, anyway. Alright. I think that's the last one I have to write. Yeah, I think so. I already did all the others, so just get rid of these comments. Whoa, don't do that to me. Somehow I changed active document. Go to is simply a command that tells the AI to continue its execution in that thread in another block. So, like, I think I already explained to you how multi-threading works. Basically, you've got, like, a sequence of commands, and one of those commands creates a new thread where commands can be executed at the same time. So, this is all a sequence of commands that goes down linearly, executing every command until there's a wait, in which case it waits for that many frames. Multi-threading basically creates another list of commands that can execute at the same time. Go-to tells the code to go to wherever you're telling it to go to in order to continue executing commands. So in this particular example, this AI executes all these commands, multi-threads these other functions, we'll call them, these blocks of code, and then it goes to ch town, which if we followed, well, we didn't actually call it ch town because I was copy-pasting everything, but it would come down here and continue executing code and multi-threading. So in this case, go to idle just goes to a block that waits forever and loops. That's because towns do funny things when you kill them. When you stop code execution with a town that's active, it does some really weird shit. Yes, I'm building a new version that has seems to have access to functioning attack ad units. At least for or units that can be used as military, I should say. Oh, never mind. This will basically make it so that Zerg are fully functional, as far as I can tell. We already made it so that they were able to build up their towns and float some money, so they'll use that money now appropriately. Screamer metastasis, by the way. Alright, so now this AI is looking pretty good. I just need to do some expansion stuff. Alright, so we know that the resource areas are 15, 16, and 10. So 15 is that. 16 is proxy. 10 is... oh no, this is EXP Central. And this player... get rid of 4 entirely. 10, 15, 16. Oh, cool. This actually worked. Did we fix the Vorveling morph bug? No. No, we did not. That'll have to be fixed for Stormborn, of course. Is it going to be a lot of work to replicate the same fixes that you made earlier for, you made those fixes for, Terran unit, well, factory units. Is it going to be difficult to replicate the same fixes for Larva and Archons and stuff? I guess morph units in general? Well, morph, merge, and the worker morph, I should say. Holy shit. Bye. Yeah, it usually happens with this one, by the way, which is like the 6th gateway. Oh, these both do it for that bug that I was telling you about earlier. Dude, holy shit. They're building quite a few men. Man. Seems like we have the same problem as before for the Zerg ones, though. We're finally getting... Oh. That's hilarious. What the fuck was that? I just saw an SCV building a fully formed factory. And I don't know what that crash was, so I'll have to go take a look. Yeah, there's some fucking protests here, man. Yeah, I know you're going to add it, Iquare. I was asking you if it was going to be time-consuming, or if it would work out okay. Get region ID from PXEX. So that crash was get region. This one right here. A classic. Pretty basic stuff there. Alright. So I think actually we did most of this stuff, right? The only thing that's left is for fleshing out the attack threads and attack targeting regions. So let's see what we come up with here. Oh, I closed my folder. This is a surprising amount of progress to be making in one day, I must say. Let's see if we get another crash. What a disaster. Hi. How are you? No. Dude, that could cause so many issues. I don't even want to think about them. Don't you just love regressions? Aren't they epic? Hi. Get in the bunker, idiot. It's a good thing Chuck is here to annihilate everyone. Hey. Hi. How's it hanging? Now my question is, have they mind controlled anything yet? Hi, Black Dad. I don't know about that one, man. Let's, The one who said that line? Yes. Unless you're talking about somebody in the background, in which case I didn't even know he was here, so... I'm pretty sure he's not, though. Pretty sure that would be the ultimate prank. Yes, it does remind you of that, doesn't it? I like that they're building non-stop vultures. This is good. Who needs tanks when you got vultures, man? Maybe once they get a second factory, they'll be able to build a machine shop. Oh, there you go. I looked back and suddenly there was a machine shop. Hey. Hey, that's mean. Oh, fuck. Well, he couldn't run fast enough. Bye. Surely they're building tanks now. Aha. The first tank has arrived. Hi. Epic. Oh yes, AI will definitely become stronger with Q. Not this AI, but Protoss and Terran AI for sure. We definitely need that clear Q thing, though. That's for sure. I mean, for one, they're keeping their money very low. Hey, and their request count is pretty small, too. Looks like Q is still broken with regards to workers at expansions. Only worked properly for the Protoss because they ran out of money over here. So that's a problem. I wonder why they never decided to expand again, though. That seems odd. It will take a while before they do. Yeah, so hopefully when you fix the AI thing for them, that will work properly. Oh, I should probably add a death rattle and snare if I haven't already. Do morph is if the requested number of units in the do morph command does not, if total owned units does not equal or exceed requested owned units, train one unit immediately. Bye. Oh. You're in a shambles. Where's my Psystorm at, dude? Oh, fuck. Get everything set back up quick. Ah, mind control. Oh, shit! There you go. See ya. What do you mean, units with Q that were built with military AI? Oh, there should probably be a safety check where you can't Q Dark Archons. You can't Q merge units if the, Oh, hi. He's back. Oh, no, that's just a regular one, I think. I can't fucking click on it. Yeah, there you go. Why isn't he repairing it? Doofus. Okay, bye. I guess he couldn't get in there or something psychotic. That's pretty funny. AI is not going back to finish the job over here either. Oh, it's probably Spider Mines fucking up the base layouts again, as usual. Gotta love him. Hi. Bye. Imagine 6 supply annihilating a base. Dude, what are they doing? They're They're spinning, guys. We're in some kind of psychotic stalemate right now because workers are not working. Fucking assholes. Well, I can't because of spider mines. It's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be down. Oh, we still have the add-on bug, apparently. Yeah, that add-on bug is back. The one that you fixed for Toddborn. I don't understand how something like that gets fucked up, though, because that should never have been touched once it was fixed, no? Like, how do regressions like this happen? I mean, he has a lot of Dark Archons. He's just not casting Mind Control for some reason. Or if he is, I'm missing it because I'm running it at too fast speed. Oh, he has a Siege Tank. Oh. I think he Mind Controlled the medic. Oh no, he's feedbacking them. I do like that the Dark Archons are sitting by the expansions. Hi. Zerg here. What the fuck? Why are they meeting each other in the field of battle over here? I should add a contingency to Mind Control Cyclops. They are pretty good, man. Uh-oh. Units are doing nothing again. Yeah, there's an attack that was started 10 billion years ago and for some reason isn't happening at all for these guys. I wonder if it's from attack notifier or something. I already put in a trigger that should fix that, though. The check attack specific. Most 6, hit to 7. And obviously, I didn't suffer any deaths of Chuck since I'm not him. So it seems odd, unless there's some trigger for that in here. One for Alderis, one for NORAD, one for Hydralisk, and one for Lurker. Yeah, so there's nothing here for that. So I don't know why he breaks and never attacks, but I'll have to figure that out. Bully. Yeah, he is mind controlling tanks. It's working. Oh, and random vultures sometimes as well. Oof. He doesn't appear to be very interested in unsieging his tank, though. Oh! Ah! Why won't he trade shuttles? He has no money. Yeah, that explains it. Yeah, so once the workers are fixed up, that should work out pretty well. And of course, once Chuck's AI stops spinning instead of attacking. I'm not sure what's breaking in that sense. I'll add some print messages later. Yeah, we should be good. So Charlie's almost done. I think all the other AIs are taken care of. I mean, the one thing about the frauds is that I could definitely have some sort of really psychotic block that adds attack adds units that they don't have, like something where it's like bring jump 13 at least call 1 siege tank or something like that, and then it just attack adds a siege tank, and they do that for every attack so that they're using all and obviously I'd have to duplicate that shit for every single unit that they mind control, which is not going to be fun, but I'll figure something out. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. I also clearly have to tweak the cost of mind control and make it a little bit more they're supposed to use it constantly, so I would like them to see more use out of it anyway. But they already will defend with them. They just won't attack with them, it seems. So, figure that out. But yeah, hopefully iQuare can fix the add-on bug as well as fixing all the other problems with Q tomorrow. And then we can have a fully functional map tomorrow by that point, because there's only a little bit of work left to do with Charlie. I'll do that tomorrow morning as well. There's only a little bit of work left to do debugging and tweaking the rest of the AIs. And if we can get all 6 of the AIs, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, well, it's 5 AIs. This AI I haven't started on yet, and I might not even include, we'll see. But I probably will end up throwing them in there. It's just a matter of figuring out like how I want to balance that out, because obviously that means there's more pressure on frauds and the players' factions, the players' team, if there's going to be yet another enemy AI. And so that's why I was thinking of having them drop in, since they're in a fairly defensible position. They can arrive like, 5 minutes in or 6 minutes in or something, so everybody else has a head start on them, and then they can deploy like a huge army of stuff eventually, if given enough time. So that's probably what I'm going to do with that. We'll see. But if we can get the AI done before the end of this week, like around Thursday or Friday, hopefully at that point that's like those are the days that I can get some work done on the tech trees, and then we'll really be looking at like the end of the line for the map, where I can just focus on like script writing. Hopefully I can get like a basic idea of what the script is going to be, like a rough draft or something. That's what I want to try to do by the end of the day. I mean, the end of this week. So we will see what happens. But pretty good stream, even though it started late. So hope you guys enjoy it. And I'm out of here. I got to get ready for work. Kisses.